Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to be up here representing the thousands of Bombardier employees that design, build, and support our commercial aircraft around the world. It's an incredible team. I get the fortunate position of standing here in front of you today to talk about some amazing accomplishments and achievements of this team in 2016 and really kind of set the stage for 2017 and beyond. So today I'll give you an update on our three product lines, but first let's take a look at some of the accomplishments in 2016, and as I mentioned, looking forward into 2017. 2016 was an incredibly busy year, some amazing accomplishments. Just to name a few, the CS 100, we had some additional certifications coming to us in 2016. We certified the CS 300. We improved our order book for the CSeries with the addition of Air Canada and Delta, the unveiling of an exciting new interior for the CRJ, deliveries of both the CS 100 and the CS 300, and entry into service with Swiss and, as of yesterday, Air Baltic. Not to take it for granted, but this family of aircraft is coming at us in very close proximity. So, we put the CS 100 into service in June of this year with Swiss. 6 months later to the day, the next member of the family comes into service yesterday with Air Baltic. So I couldn't be more proud of the team in doing this. And I can't think of another program that has introduced two members of the family, not only in 1 year, but in 6 months apart. So next year, we'll certify the CS 100 for operations out of London City. We're very excited about that. And we deliver the first CS 300 to Swiss. We will also add Korean Airlines to the CSeries family of operators, and there's more to come. So for 2017, we'll see higher revenues for commercial aircraft, up to just under $3 billion in revenue, and improved EBIT performance as we ramp up production of the CSeries, maintaining our planned CSeries deliveries in the range of 30 to 35 aircraft. This puts us on track to meet our 2020 objectives of $5.5 billion in revenues and becoming positive on an EBIT basis. We have more work to do, but we're very happy with where we are today, and we are extremely excited about the future as we look forward to 2020 and the years beyond. At Commercial Aircraft, we too have our piece of the transformation project. We have very specific objectives as part of the overall Bombardier transformation, including initiatives to address both direct and indirect costs, achieve savings by participating in global workshare, and improving our inventory turns. We've also been transforming our team, strengthening our marketing group to connect directly with the fleet planning departments at airlines around the world, and we've recruited some of the most well-known sales professionals in the business. So we are out there talking to airlines every day. We've got a strong team, and we are making those connections happen, and we look forward to increasing the backlog on the CSeries in particular. We have plans specifically on the CSeries to continue to drive down costs and achieve efficiencies, like ensuring low-cost suppliers ramp up to meet our production volumes, and we are gaining in efficiencies as we build more aircraft, reducing the production hours per aircraft and spreading the fixed costs over more and more units or aircraft. This is not new for us, by the way. We have a culture that is really built on continuous improvement. The CRJ program, for example, has gone through several iterations in its life. We've delivered almost 1,900 of those aircraft, and today the production line is probably one of the most efficient in our industry. During the next 5 years and beyond, the long-term fundamentals of our markets continue to support our plan. Economic growth is driving worldwide passenger growth, and oil price volatility, combined with demand for the latest technology, is fueling demand for our products. We maintain our 20-year projection of 5,700 aircraft in the 60 to 100 seat category, and 7,000 aircraft in the 100 to 150 seat single aisle segment. That's 12,700 aircraft. About 5,000 are required just to replace aging aircraft, and the balance of 7,700 aircraft are needed to meet the growing demand in air travel. Our strong and much improved C-Series backlog will be the primary driver of this revenue growth as we approach $5.5 billion in revenue in 2020. That's doubling our revenue in the next 4 years, or a 24% annual growth rate. As I mentioned earlier, next year we deliver approximately 35 C-Series on our way to over 100 aircraft as we look out to 2020 on an annual basis. The good news is that most of this capacity is already sold. We really don't have room for a large order until we sort of get to the back half of 2019, 2020. So I think we feel very good about where we are. We are well on our way to executing on this ramp up. And as we look towards 2020 and beyond, we're pretty excited about what we see. As far as our legacy programs, we continue to see opportunities for the Q400 and the CRJ aircraft around the globe and are leveraging our strong and diverse customer base to add new operators like CityJet supporting SAS with the CRJ 900. We continue to diversify the Q400 platform with our first cargo combi that entered service earlier this year in Japan. And we now also offer a reconfigured cabin that will accommodate up to 90 passengers, the largest turboprop capacity in the industry. And we unveiled the most modern regional jet interior for the CRJ 900 that will allow every passenger to carry on their standard size rollerboard luggage, eliminating the hassle of having to check that baggage at the gate. It's a huge operating advantage for the airlines and certainly a welcome feature for the traveling customers. For the C-Series, more specifically, the 100 to 150 seat market, we see strong demand for this size aircraft around the world. In 2005, there were 6,100 city pairs served by this size aircraft, and that's grown to about 7,300 in 2016. Frankly, the category is under-ordered given the size of the existing fleet and the current age of this fleet at over 16 years, 16.7 years old to be exact. We think this number of aircraft could actually be higher with an aircraft like the C-Series that has unit costs that compare to much larger aircraft, and we are generating interest in the C-Series in some of the largest and fastest growing markets. I spent a large part of my career in aviation as a fleet planner at 2 major airlines in North America, and I can tell you that a smaller aircraft with unit costs that rival much larger aircraft is the most useful, the most powerful tool in the toolbox. And it's something that the fleet planners recognize, and as we continue to introduce this airplane, the interest level is growing. You can use this aircraft to develop new markets, you can use this aircraft to effectively defend existing markets, and you can use this aircraft to increase frequency on markets without having to add a significant amount of capacity because of the size of this airplane. Today, the C-Series has a solid foundation in terms of both funding and orders to capitalize on the real need in this 100 to 150 seat segment. We've strengthened the order book with strong airlines and lessors, and the C-Series is appealing to diverse industry applications, from low-cost operations, point-to-point operations, to more traditional hub-and-spoke operations as well. The economic performance of the C-Series is unmatched, and the interest is growing greater than ever. The momentum is very tangible. The more we show this aircraft and the more we deliver this airplane to our customers, the more interest we generate in this program, and it's very, very exciting. But it's really not just about the economics. The C-Series delivers an unparalleled passenger experience in the single aisle category. And I don't care really what size single aisle aircraft you compare it to. The economics, yes, are outstanding with 18% lower cost per passenger, an incredibly low fuel consumption per passenger, and an impressive range capability. That's what gets the airlines and the fleet planners excited. But the passengers will thank them for it because of the widest seats and the widest aisle in the industry, the large overhead bins, and the huge windows giving this single aisle family wide body appeal. In fact, that's the most common comment I get from people that experience this aircraft, that in a single aisle airplane, we've been able to achieve what feels like a wide body experience. And the industry is taking note. So I could stand up here all day long and talk to you about the attributes and the excitement about this aircraft, but it's much better to actually hear from our customers and recognize what our customers are saying. The C-Series will provide unit costs equal to a 180-seat A320neo aircraft. That's from Carsten Spohr, the head of Lufthansa. Superior operating economics, network flexibility, and best-in-class fuel. That's from Ed Bastian, the head of Delta. So again, the customers that are experiencing this aircraft are incredibly excited to get the airplane. They only wish we could deliver more of them and deliver them faster. But I have to tell you, seeing is believing. So like David, I've got a video, and I want to share this video with you today. So in this video, we featured Swiss because a year ago, when we were here, we were talking about certification, that's the next milestone, more orders, that's another milestone, but the real test of this airplane is going to be how does it perform in service. And with several months now of operation at Swiss, I can tell you we couldn't be happier with how well the airplane is doing from a reliability standpoint and certainly from a passenger appeal standpoint. Some of the statistics on this slide, we've flown over 1,600 flights, carried over 150,000 passengers. They've added 18 destinations for this aircraft. It's really changing their product offering, and the customers are incredibly excited about it. And you saw from the video, Swiss is very excited about this airplane and putting it into service. It's been a busy year for Swiss. They also put the 777 in service. That's an airplane that's very well known, very well tested, and the reliability of the C-Series is rivaling an airplane that's been around for some time. So we're very, very happy with where we are. Swiss is very happy. And as I turn the page here to the next slide, our next customer, Air Baltic, flying out of Riga, Latvia, is equally as excited about getting this airplane because it's going to change the look of that airline, and they're extremely excited and anticipating a tremendous passenger experience as they introduce the aircraft. This is a picture of the celebration that we did in Mirabel where we build the aircraft, and you know these delivery events are unbelievable. It's such a proud moment for us. Given everything that we've gone through to get this airplane into service. And when you look back at 2016 and what's been accomplished, it's pretty amazing. Boy, what a difference 1 year makes. But you know, as I mentioned earlier, the excitement about this program continues. The more we expose this airplane to the industry, the more conversations we're having. So I think we couldn't be in a better spot as we sit here today and think about 2017 and beyond, even you know, to 2020 when we ramp up to full production. So again, very excited. Thank you very much for your attention. And with that, I think we do the Q&A.